Hey guys, what's up? It's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel, Real Talk Recovery, where we talk about recovery, addiction, recovery from addiction, and everything in between. Take a second right now and go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up and hit the bell notification so that way you can be made aware of every time I upload a new video because, well, it's a lot. I upload sometimes multiple times a day, and I would love to have you here on my channel. So I want to talk about failure. I want to talk about self-sabotage today. I want to talk about the fear of success, and I want to talk about fear of relapse because this morning when I did a video, one of my viewers, Christy, had commented about being afraid. So Christy, shout out to you, girl. This video is for you. So first of all, I think that whenever we are first getting sober and just starting our recovery journey, that everything is really brand new and we have a lot of anxiety and fear of the unknown wrapped around, you know, our life in recovery because we've never really, well, for a lot of us, we've never lived our lives sober. You know, for many of us, we were in active addiction for more than half of our lives. So when we get sober, it's like all new terrain. So it can be very overwhelming. It can be really daunting. And I know for me, like I was like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to live my life without drugs and alcohol? Because I've never known how to do it. When I was younger, I was a kid still, and I lived with my parents. So I really didn't have to worry about like planning out my life, you know. And so as an adult, now I'm learning how to do all these new things. And here's the thing, you guys, like our brains stopped maturing at the age we started using drugs. So I started using drugs when I was like 17 years old. So I'm 17 still. And I'm learning slowly how to be an adult and catch up to my 36-year-old self, you know? So the good thing about it is that fear, it can keep you straight. It can keep you in check. So fear can be a good thing. I use my fear of relapse as a deterrent, as something that helps me stay on the straight and narrow. So that way I don't, you know, go back out. I think it's just really important to make sure that we openly talk about our fears and let someone else know what we're going through. Because when you talk about it and you share it with somebody else, it takes the power away. It's kind of like having a balloon that's pumped full of helium. All that helium is all your fears, all your doubts, all of the things that you feel like you've never done right, the failures, the mistakes, all the things that you just wish you could make right, right? And when you talk about it and share those fears with someone else, what happens is it's like you're opening the balloon and you're slowly letting the air out of it, and those are the fears going away, dissipating. Because the more you share and let someone else know what you're going through, then you know what happens? Then they go, oh, you're afraid of that too? Me too. I get so nervous that I'm not going to be able to do right. And that's the thing. When you get all of us together and we're all like hanging out, talking on the live chat, how many of you guys see each other saying, oh, I have fear of relapse too? And then Johnny over here goes, me too, man. And then Stacy goes, well, you know what I do when I'm afraid? And that's what we do. And that's how we help each other. That is the beauty of this whole program. It's community. It's fellowship. It's one addict helping the other addict. And that's what my channel is all about. So, newsflash, we all go through those fears. We all feel some type of way when we first get sober because it's new, it's fresh, it's different, it's change. And I don't know about you guys, but change for me is scary because I'm not used to it. Because I spent 15 years of my life repeating the same habits over and over and over again. And now I'm building new ones, new memories, So the first tip I have is to, if you're afraid and you think that you're going to fail, talk about it. Let someone know that you feel like you're going to fail and that you are afraid, okay? Because what it does is it takes the power away. Okay, my second little tip that I do and that really works for me, if I have a fear of failing or a fear of relapsing, what I do now is I arm myself with the facts and the knowledge about my disease. And in order to do that, I went out and got myself a big book of Alcoholics Anonymous, a 12 and 12. I got some meditation books, and I also read a whole bunch of articles just about the disease of addiction. And I watched a show here on YouTube, and I want to recommend it to you guys. It's called Pleasure Unwoven. It's a series of videos, and it explains the disease of addiction. So if you guys haven't watched that series, please go check it out. Just type in Pleasure Unwoven in the YouTube search bar, and it'll pull it right up. So talk about it, and education. Those are two tips that I have when dealing with fear. My third tip is to talk to yourself and to tell yourself that your feelings are valid and it's okay to feel that way. For the longest time, when I would have feelings like this, I would be ashamed, and I would talk down to myself, and I would say, "Well, gosh, Nicole, you should know you can handle this." And that didn't help me at all. So when I get these uneasy feelings of fear, feelings of relapse, feelings of failure, I say, it's okay to feel like this. I need to be okay with my feelings and recognize my feelings. And that's my fourth tip, is recognizing that it's just a feeling and that it's not going to last forever and that you can overcome it. Your thoughts and feelings don't have to be the end result. You have the power to change that shit. And that's when I figured out that I didn't have to follow through with the negative thoughts that were going on in my head, and that I could change my own destiny, and I could start making better choices, and I can stay sober today. It was like a huge fireworks going off in my brain, because it was just for so long I felt like I was stuck in this vicious cycle, and I thought that this is the way my life was going to be, and it was never going to get any better. But I'm here to tell you that it does, and it can, but you have to take action. And my last step is action. Taking action, moving forward, doing the meditations, calling your sponsors, calling your mentors, coming on and reading your meditation or your big book or whatever knowledge that you're trying to gather, coming on and doing the videos, watching the Pleasure Unwoven, all the things that you hear recommended to you. Take action and take those suggestions, because I can sit here all day long and tell you guys about how awesome recovery is and about how awesome I feel today and how you can do it too. But if you don't take action and take the suggestions that have been given to you by somebody like me, then what's going to happen? It's just what happens? The information goes in one ear and out the other. So instead of sitting there in front of your TV right now and listening to me tell you, hey, why don't you try this? After you hang up this video or whatever you're going to do one of the things that I suggested. Take action. Watch the Pleasure Unwoven. Tell somebody how you're feeling. Let yourself be okay with your feelings. Do those things. Take the action, follow through, get educated, and I promise you it'll change your life. So that's my little video that I wanted to talk to you guys about, fear of relapse and self-sabotage. So that's what brings me to self-sabotage. So here's the deal. I used to do this all the time. I would get to this point where I would be doing so well, and then the fear of not knowing if I could keep on doing it, or the fear of me falling back, I would go ahead and do it anyway, because I would tell myself, oh, well, I can't do this anymore. I'm never going to be able to keep up with the schedule. It's just so tough. gosh, these classes, man, I haven't studied. I'm never going to make an A. And what would happen was I would end up believing what I would say, and I would bail out. And that would be that self-sabotage. Or I would get 3 months sober, and I would be doing so well, and I would be looking so far into the future, and I would tell myself, I can't stay sober for 6 years. I'm never going to make it. And then I would relapse. So stay in the now. Stop projecting yourself into the future. That's what causes me the most grief, is trying to look too far ahead. Today, I stay in the present. I'm grateful for what I have today, and I'm grateful for this moment right here. And that's why I wanted to make this video for you guys, because I know how hard it is to project yourself off into the future and think about the things that you think you're never going to be able to do. You guys, 3 years ago, 3 years and 7 months ago, I never thought I would be here talking to you guys sober on a YouTube channel. Like, never. But you know what I did? I try to keep a positive mindset. I don't tell myself that I can't do things anymore. And that's what we have got to start practicing more of. We've got to tell ourselves that we can do it and that we will do it. All right, you guys, I hope you have a great day. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys tonight at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're doing a live stream. It's going to be great. Friday night. Hey, Friday night. Hey, Friday night. Okay, 6 p.m., you guys.